Hi, welcome to this episode with me, James Walters. Last time we looked at switching to an ethical mobile phone network. This time we're looking at avoiding plastic pollution with milk in reusable glass bottles, plastic pollution from plastic milk bottles, reintroducing the milkman or woman, and introducing Cotteswold Dairy Milk in glass bottles. This is one of over 40 ideas in our sustainability roadmap with solutions to climate change, and part of our series on living sustainably. On my mission to get plastic out of our lives, we've already swapped to reusable coffee cups, reusable water bottles, and more. Next on the hit list was getting rid of single-use plastic milk bottles. We make our own homemade oat milk and use that for cereals, pancakes, most things that normally call for dairy milk. We keep a big bag of oats and use reusable bottles, which means we're pretty much zero waste and zero recycling when it comes to oat milk. We now only use dairy milk for coffee, and unfortunately I can't quite get my son onto oat milk for cereal and things like that, but that is a mission for the future. We tried oat milk and all the other alternative milks, but we just don't like the flavour in coffee. Unfortunately, plastic has infiltrated many areas of our life, and single-use plastic milk bottles is one of those areas. Using single-use plastic bottles just to transport milk home is such a massive waste. British farmers produce 7 billion litres of milk for drinking every year. Imagine all of the single-use plastic bottles having to be recycled or thrown in the bin and go into landfill. Years ago, milk came in returnable and reusable glass bottles, the perfect example of a circular economy. Glass bottles being produced, then used for years. I've no idea why this changed. It's an excellent system. Luckily, there's a way to get back to a time when milk was delivered by a milkman or woman on a milk float in bottles with those lovely foil lids. Reintroducing the milkman or woman. On our mission to help climate change, we wanted to cut down on all unnecessary plastics, especially single-use plastics. We were getting milk in plastic bottles. It always seemed such an incredible waste, a plastic bottle just to transport milk to our house. We empty the milk out of it, then the bottle goes into recycling. Then loads of resources are used recycling that plastic bottle, possibly into another plastic bottle to do the same thing all over again, another single-use plastic bottle for milk. It's crazy. Sometimes the plastic bottles may not even get recycled because plastic can only be recycled 1 to 10 times, although most can only be recycled once. So I went on the hunt to try and relive those fantastic days where a lovely person gets up super early in the morning to deliver glass bottles of milk at the same time as collecting the used glass bottles. I found 2 options of doorstep milk deliveries. Cotteswold Dairy delivering milk in glass bottles. So, Cotteswold Dairy is one of the largest independent family dairies in the UK. They work with over 40 different family farms and have service depots in Cheltenham, Tewkesbury, Hereford, Shropshire and North Wales. Their goal is to be the leading environmental family dairy by 2025. We use Cotteswold Dairy for weekly milk deliveries of Channel Island milk in glass bottles. I love that we could turn back the clocks and get old school doorstep milk deliveries. It's always a nice feeling popping out the front door early in the morning to collect the freshly delivered glass bottles of milk ready to make a coffee. It's also great knowing that I can just wash out the glass bottles, pop them on the doorstep, and they'll get collected and reused over and over again. Find out if Cotteswold Dairies delivers to you at Cotteswold, which is spelt COTTESWOLD-dairy.co.uk. Milk and More. Before we moved to Pershore, we had milk deliveries from Milk and More. You'll still be getting the classic weekly doorstep milk deliveries in returnable and reusable glass bottles. Check out Milk and More's selection of milk in glass bottles at milkandmore.co.uk. Avoiding plastic pollution with milk in reusable glass bottles is one of over 40 ideas from our sustainability roadmap. The Nafford Junction sustainability roadmap is about what each of us can do in our day-to-day lives. It's about creating a new lifestyle where it's natural to do everything we can to reduce our consumption and waste and live in a way that considers others. This sustainability roadmap won't fix everything. We need governments and businesses to do that. However, changing government policies and business practices can be influenced by our actions. This roadmap is about doing things where we have the power, things that can encourage and eventually force governments and businesses to change. We can do something now and be a part of hitting the next milestone in the climate crisis, which is to halve global emissions by 2030. Here's what you can do. Swap your single-use plastic for milk in reusable glass bottles. Try the sustainability roadmap with 40 plus solutions to climate change at naffordjunction.co.uk/roadmap. Use the company directory to help you grow, eat and live sustainably at naffordjunction.co.uk/directory. Be inspired. Know that we can reverse climate change if we do something about it. Talk to your friends and colleagues. Share this with others. Links to everything I mentioned, as well as sources used to create this piece, can be found in the description or in the article titled Avoid Plastic Pollution with Milk in Reusable Glass Bottles at naffordjunction.co.uk/blog. Keep listening to this episode for more ways that you can help stop climate change. Where next? There's so much inspiring information to give you ideas of how to help climate change by growing, eating and living sustainably. You can go to naffordjunction.co.uk, read our articles, subscribe to our podcast, sign up to our free email newsletter, join the #VoteWithOurMoney campaign, work through the sustainability roadmap, find companies to help you grow, eat and live sustainably. Follow Nafford Junction on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Help us inspire others. If you're passionate about helping climate change, please consider supporting Nafford Junction. You can become a patron to give regular contributions. Buy me a coffee to make a one-off contribution. Create for us and publish thought-provoking content. Become an inspiring leader and advertise with us. Go to naffordjunction.co.uk/support. This was produced by me, James Walters, as a personal project to help stop climate change by inspiring others to grow, eat and live sustainably. Any advice given is the opinion of those involved and does not constitute medical, financial or legal advice. We may include links we think you will find useful. If you buy through those links, we may earn a small commission. It's one way to support our work and to inspire as many people as possible. Thanks for listening. Come back soon. Bye-bye.